Can you guys hear that? Sounds so delicious.
Cindy here from Seeing Blind. Y'all, it's fall. I just made an apple pie and I've got leftover stuff. So I'm gonna make another apple pie. Can't wait. I'm following the Pillsbury apple pie recipe. So I've already chopped up my apples and mixed in the cinnamon and nutmeg and sugar, all the yummy spices and stuff, coated it all over the apple slices. So now I'm getting ready to unroll this crust into my pie pan. When setting your crust into the pie container, I find the crust to be easier to deal with when it's still slightly cold. It's not completely warmed up, room temperature just yet. So I'll start with one edge, gently peeling it, and I'll go ahead and place that on my edge and then just literally unroll it. But I'm going to need both hands to do this part, so I'm going to stop here and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, I have evenly put the bottom layer of the crust down and made sure all my edges are even around, and the overlapping edges on the very top of the pan, you can leave those up because when we put our top layer of the crust over top of the apple pie, we're going to be folding these together. So I just leave these this bottom layer crust edges flipped up right on the top here, and now we're ready to put our filling inside. Okay, I just finished placing all the pie filling and stuff inside, and I'm just going to go over the top here just to make sure that it's evenly dispersed across and not too full. You definitely don't want it to be too full, and there's a few gaps here and there, so I'm going to fix this, and then we will add the top layer of the crust. Alright, just like I did with the bottom layer crust, I started about an inch or two of the crust unrolled, and I'm placing it on the very edge closest to me, and then I'm just going to unroll that gently over the top. That's my oven saying it is at 425 degrees, so you want to make sure that is preheated to 425. And there we go, just like that. And then we are going to take the edges and then kind of, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing for those who can see on my channel, but I'm literally just taking the edges together, and then I'm just literally going to roll them under. Just matching them up, and I'm going to do this all the way around, rolling them, tucking it under, and I'm going to make sure it's still laying on top of the edge of the pie pan here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, guys. I have no idea, but just folding those over, kind of rolling and tucking it under, resting it on top of the pie pan. Alright, my friends, so I've gone all around the edges, and I've tucked the top layer of the crust over the bottom and kind of rolled that down so it's just kind of rolled under, resting on the edge of the pie pan. And now I'm going to take my thumb and just press about half inch to an inch towards the center, just on all around the pie pan edges, and I'm literally just going to make little thumb prints. This makes that little, that kind of traditional pie edge on the crust that you see. So sorry, hopefully if I can get my phone pointed in the right direction as I'm doing this, but I'm just taking my thumb and I'm going to go all around the edge, making my crust. I'm going to start over. Where did I leave off? I think right here. So I'm just going to thumbprints all around the edges of your apple pie. Last step, so now we have to vent the top. So I'm going to make 4 little slits, about 2 inches on the top, and then on the bottom, the left, and the right. and I'll show you that in here in just a second. You just want to make sure that each of the little slices, the 4 slices, do not meet in the middle. That way your pie doesn't collapse down. And so after that, we will place the pie in the oven for about 20 minutes. Then we're going to wrap the edges, which I'll show you that in just a second. All right, my friends, so probably not so pretty, but guys, here it is. My pie is ready to go in the oven for 20 minutes. Then I'm going to wrap the edges so that the crust doesn't burn. Then we will put it in for another 25 minutes. So for a total of baking 45 minutes and 425 degrees.
Friends, it's been 20 minutes. We're going to get this sucker out of here and wrap the edges.
I just got it out of the oven. It's been in about 20 minutes, and now I've got the silicone pie ring here. It was gifted to me, and this just helps to keep the crust from burning and from any of the pie filling inside from bubbling up over and dripping onto the pan or into the oven. So I'm going to place this around. If you don't have one of these, you can also wrap the edges with aluminum foil, but honestly guys, I hate that part because this pie is hot. I have wrapped the silicone ring around my pie, and now I'm going to put it back in the oven for about 25 more minutes.
Can you guys hear that? Sounds so delicious. I just pulled our pie out of the oven. I think my silicone like protective ring sort of fell off when I took it out, but that's okay. It needs to set now for 2 hours to cool, and then we can serve it up.
Thanks y'all so much for watching and supporting my work here. If you haven't hit like and subscribe, I would so appreciate that. And check out the description box as well for my messages to you, including clickable links you may find interesting as well. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Blessings to you and yours.